Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Josh Tryhane, and today behind me I have my 2019 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, which is now almost 5 years old since I got it. And I thought that since I'd made some videos when I first got it and picking it up and all that stuff. Ernesto?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It's gonna help us get the car.
All right, this is it.
The same account.
I thought it'd be kind of interesting to talk to you guys about what my experience has been like having it now for almost 5 years. So there's some wear and tear, there's been battery issues, there's been mechanical issues, there's been a bunch of little things that I thought maybe you guys would want to hear. And if you are in the market to buy a car, I know that when I was going to get my car, I looked at so many YouTube videos before I actually felt confident enough to go and buy the Model 3. But now that it's been 5 years, I think I can show you guys some things since I'm now going past that point of almost 140,000 kilometers. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, give this a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're new and you want to see more videos like this. But with that being said, let's get into some of the different things that I like and some of the different things that I've had to fix on my Tesla Model 3. All right, so first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the exterior, because I have not done one thing to this car. I haven't put tint on the windows, I haven't put any PPF on it to protect the paint. And so overall in the last 5 years, one thing that I've noticed is because the 2019 Teslas didn't have the best paint, rocks could hit my car and basically just take the paint off right away. Now, I haven't brought my car through any car washes or anything like that, and I'm pretty careful with it, so the paint still looks really nice, but rock chips on this car have been insane. So I actually have a new front bumper on here because somebody hit me not too long ago, and I got a new bumper put on, which was great because now I don't have any rock chips. But over the last couple of years, that's one thing that I've noticed with the exterior. Now, another thing that's worth mentioning is, since this is a rear wheel drive car, and if you have a heavy foot, which I did when I first got my car, you will burn through back tires so fast. So this is the third set of back tires that I've had on my car. The front tires actually last super long, so I didn't change my front tires, and I now have like almost 140,000 kilometers, and they lasted, I would say, to 100,000. It was like pretty good. But if you do have a heavy foot, just be careful. The rear tires do burn down super quick because of the weight of the car, and tires for this car, if you want the proper ones that have the foam in them and all that stuff, they are on the more expensive side. In Canada, they're about $430 each. So the specific tires that I have on my car are the Michelin Primacy MX-M4. And these tires have the foam in them, which makes it a little bit quieter when you're driving, but I don't really know how much you would notice it. So getting a tire that doesn't have foam probably isn't the biggest deal. But yeah, this car will burn through tires really quick because of the weight, and that's one thing that I've kind of learned over the last little bit. To talk specifically about the wear and tear, the first thing that I'll show you guys is the trunk. The struts on the back that hold the trunk up are starting to give out. Now, that's a super easy fix and something that can be done super cheap, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's just one thing that I noticed, that when I like start opening my trunk, it doesn't actually open. Like, I really have to push it up, and then eventually it'll get there. I think it can even go up further. Another thing on the exterior is that my door handles, and I think that other people have this issue too, but my door handles actually get stuck quite often now, where if I just go to like open my door, they don't actually close all the way. And so I'll notice that when I'm looking through my mirror, I'll actually see that like it's like that. I don't know how much that costs, but let's go inside and I'll show you some of the wear and tear on the inside. So first thing, which I look at every single day, is my steering wheel. And the steering wheel on the 2019 is a little bit different than the ones that are coming out now. There's two different versions now since the Highland came out. But when you're looking at my steering wheel, it's actually fading, and it's my hand that's wearing off this outer layer on the steering wheel. So that's one thing that I'll probably have to switch. And another thing is that the seat sensor in my car has now totally gone. So when I get out of my car, it sometimes doesn't know that I'm out of my car, and the doors will stay unlocked, the screen will stay on. It'll also, when I get to a supercharger and I close my door after plugging it in, it'll think that I'm not in the car, so I actually can't use my screen unless I crack my door a little bit and basically pretend like the door is open. So in terms of maintenance, to kind of give you guys a little breakdown on what I've had to do in the last 5 years, I switched out my control arms on the car because they got squeaky, which is a pretty common issue with Tesla, and they knew that it was like a common thing and it was all covered under warranty. So I got those switched out. The other things that I've had to do is just like switch my windshield wipers, which is not a big deal. Had to switch my tires, which hasn't been a big deal. And other than that, that is the only maintenance that I've had to do. I haven't had to touch my brakes at all. The next thing I'll probably do is change my air filters, since I haven't, they're still the original ones. And my car doesn't smell at all. Like, I haven't had any issues whatsoever. So yeah, that's all the maintenance. All right, and the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the battery in my car, because I recently got a new battery put in, and I knew something was up with my battery as soon as I would go on drives that would literally be like 20 kilometers, and it would take, it felt like 60 kilometers out of my range. It was crazy. I felt like I was always at a supercharger. I was always having to charge my car. I didn't really want to drive it anywhere anymore because I knew that I would have to be charging it. And so eventually, when it got really bad, I would be charging, and then one day I'd left a supercharger and a notification popped up and said that I had to make a service appointment because my range was decreased. So I'll show you guys what that notification looks like, because if you guys ever have this pop up, definitely just bring your car into Tesla, and they had everything like super planned out already. As soon as I got there, the lady pulled up my file and looked at it and said, oh, we've ordered you a refurbished battery and it's already here. And so as soon as they saw that notification and I made the service appointment, they had ordered it. And so it was like 3 days went by until I actually went into Tesla, and they already had the battery there, which was super convenient. So it took them 2 days to put in, but then as soon as they put the refurbished battery in, it failed. So they had to order another one. And then when they got the other one in, it took about 2 weeks. And it was great. I had a loaner car, which was nice to kind of try out the 2023 Model 3. But they put the new battery in, and when they did that, everything was totally fine and covered under warranty, because it was, I think it goes up to 160,000 kilometers, the warranty, or 8 years. And my car has 137,000 kilometers. So everything was all covered, and the battery was new, and everything worked out really good. And it was just that like little feeling of kind of knowing that something was wrong with my battery, and then eventually getting that notification that solidified that. Because I had phoned Tesla about 2 weeks before I got that notification and asked them what was going on, and they basically just told me to stop looking at the kilometers of how far my car could go, like range wise, and to put it on the percentage, because they said that kilometers could like change based on the way that you drive, which is true, but I just felt like there was something wrong with the battery. So eventually that notification popped up, and then when I brought it in, they knew exactly what was going on and they were able to fix it. So over 4.5 years, I supercharged my car probably 90% of the time, which is not advised. They tell you not to supercharge it like that often. But the reason I had to do that was because we live in an apartment building, and we don't have chargers. So we actually have to charge at superchargers, or like, that's the only way that we can really do it. So now that we're going to be moving, I'm not going to have to charge my car that often at superchargers, which will be great. But just a little lesson learned that over 4.5 years, if you don't do the right things, like if you're constantly draining your battery or supercharging your battery and all that stuff, it can get to that point where you might get that little notification that pops up and you might have to bring your car in. Another thing that I noticed would happen all the time was, even on a super sunny summer day, 30 degrees Celsius outside, I would have that little blue snowflake notification pop up next to my battery, which basically tells you that your battery is cold. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the battery being faulty or whatnot, but I would always see that little snowflake, and it would be so annoying because then I knew my battery was also being would go down a little bit less just because of that sign being there. So there are a bunch of little telltale signs which were super annoying, but now they're completely fixed, which has been nice. And the Tesla service team has been unreal. Everything went super smooth, really good. I had the loaner car for like 2.5 weeks. So yeah, I'd be curious to know if you guys have had any issues with your batteries, if you are driving a Tesla, or if you kind of have any other things that have gone wrong with yours that I didn't mention in mine, to maybe help some people out that are watching this that want to know about the little mishaps that happen over 5 years or 10 years of owning a car. So yeah, leave those in the comments. All right, so I think that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. That's just kind of my experience with my car over the last 5 years. If you are in the market to buy a Tesla, it's definitely been one of my best, favorite, most awesome products that I've ever bought. The car is amazing in terms of like not having to do much maintenance, not having to, you save so much money on not having to get fuel. Like charging my car today fully was like $6 or something. It was super good. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. And if you guys are looking at buying a Tesla and you find anything useful in my videos and you want to use my referral link, I will also have that in my description, and you guys will get perks from using it as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.